Good morning, everyone. Welcome to online classes. Today we are going to discuss tenses. Tenses are used in every language in order to denote the time of the action performed. So, according to tense, as we know, present tense, past tense, and future tense. Tenses are divided into three: present, past, and future. And each tense has four divisions: simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. Through this video, we shall discuss present tense, simple present. The tenses can be identified by the forms of verbs and auxiliary verbs used in the sentence. Looking at the auxiliary verb and the form of main verb used in a sentence, we can identify in which tense the sentence is written or spoken. So, on the forms of verb, each tense a general pattern is made for identifying the tense. Simple present, if the subject is plural, first form of the main verb is used. Subject is plural, then first form of the main verb is used there. So, a plural subject plus first form of the verb, main verb, then we can identify the tense as simple present. For example, they come. Come is the verb. They, T-H-E-Y, they is the subject there. Now, it is a pronoun. So, subject can be either a noun or a pronoun. Here, they is a pronoun and they is the subject. It is plural, so the first form of the verb come is used there. Then next pattern is if the subject is singular, first form of the verb plus s or es at the end of the verb. First form of the verb plus es or es at the end. S or es means if the verb has already a e at the end, then only s will be added. If the verb ends in other consonants without e, then we should add es. Come, C-O-M-E, come, the word ends in E. So, when we may add S or S, only S will be added. E is already there, so only S will be added. So, this S or Es will be added to the verb only when the subject is singular. He comes. He is the subject, he singular, so we use a singular verb comes. So we added s to the verb come. And in a simple present tense, auxiliary verb is used only in negative and interrogative sentences. So, auxiliary verb also is used that do and does. In simple present tense, we use auxiliary verb do or does. that only in the negative and interrogative forms. If the sentence is a negative sentence in simple present, or if the sentence is an interrogative sentence in simple present, then a helping verb is needed, that do or does. Do will be used when the subject is plural. If the subject is plural, we use do plus first form of the verb. Example, they come, subject is plural. They do not come. They do not come. If it is interrogative, do they come? Question mark. Do they come? Subject is singular, then does plus first form of the verb is used. Then again we have to remember one thing. When in the simple present tense, if the subject is singular, then we must add yes or es to the main verb. But once we use does, only the first form of the main verb will be used. No yes or es. Example, he comes. He, subject singular, so we added yes to the verb. But when we change it into negative or interrogative, helping verb does will already be used. So does is formed do. Along with do, es is added and does is formed. So if the subject is singular and when we use does, the helping verb has already become singular. So again we need not add yes or es to the main verb. So he comes, negative. He does not come. Yes will be removed from the main verb. He comes, he does not come. Does he come? Question mark. Does he come? So these are the structure of the sentence in simple present. Now we shall see some of the uses of the simple present. Simple present tense is usually used if to denote a habitual action. Though we say simple present, it does not mean that the action should be taken place at the time when we speak about that. It's not necessary. Present, we are in the habit of doing an action. At present, if we are at the habit of doing an action every day, then such kind of actions are known as habitual actions, and habitual actions are expressed in simple present. Example, he gets up early in the morning. He gets up early in the morning. That means he gets up only for today. No, every day he gets up early in the morning. So habitual actions is expressed in simple present tense. So habitual action means one action that we have the habit of doing it. Then scientific facts. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade is a scientific fact, and scientific facts are always expressed in simple present. Then universal truth. The sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east. It's a universal truth. A universal truth means a fact that is the same everywhere in the world. A fact that is the same everywhere in the world is called universal truth. The sun rises in the east. It is the same everywhere in the world. In Africa, Antarctica, Australia, India, or Asian countries, everywhere sun rises in the east direction only. So it's a universal fact or truth. So universal truths are also expressed in simple past, no, simple present. Again, in simple present, usually some keywords: daily, never, always are used. Every day, daily, never, always, etc. are used. He gets up early in the morning every day. He daily gets up early in the morning. He never tells a lie. I always sleep at 9 o'clock. Like that. So, daily, never, always, etc. are some of the keywords used in simple present tense. I hope you are now familiar with the simple present and the structure of the sentence, the pattern, uses, and keywords. These things you may keep in mind. Thank you, everyone.